All right, folks. I know I said on the last video that it might be Sunday or Monday, but I tell you what, the YouTube guys just said, hey, we need two crackers to get on here and do something stupid. And by God, but I just didn't get a message saying, hey, I'm free. So, you guys know him as my brother. He's had several names on his Instagram. Johnny Ringo, Johnny Ridgeway, Ridgeway Ranch. Just real quick, a little backstory on him. He's not actually a blood relative, but like I've described to you guys many times, you've got your friends, you got your best friends, your brothers, and then there's beyond. So that's what this lunatic is for me. He's a combat veteran, a Marine. He's been pipelining for a lot longer than me. We'll get into some tales on that. But without further ado, I got the man on the line. What's up, bro?
What's happening, buddy?
I'm just trying to pass the time. As you know, I've got a very exciting life over here in Conroe, Texas. I'm very busy. So, you should be thankful that you're able to slip into my very busy schedule.
Well, you riding that wagon or you driving that wagon?
I'm burning it to the ground. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. We're at the ranch enjoying this balmy 31 degrees and snow.
Oh shit! I talked to Austin, and he's down there in Del Rio, like you and I had talked about. I just didn't get. I couldn't remember where he was, but he said they had ice. It didn't get to snow. We've got just some rain. I mentioned people in the past video that we've got. I think we're going to get up to 38 or 40 today, but nothing like y'all got over there. Hell, I think it's snowing in Dallas, ain't it?
Oh yeah. It's PT weather is what it is.
Yeah. Let's go for a 5-mile run. What you think?
Yeah.
So let me tell these folks quickly how we met. Guys, I was green.
Completely gay.
Well, but I've got back on the straight path, thank God. I got hired on as a pipeline surveyor. A buddy of mine owed me a favor, and he said, there's this outfit out of North Kansas City, and they're looking for new guys. They want to train them, coach them, get them into this pipeline shit. I said, dude, sign me up. So I got out to, I guess it's South Central Kansas, middle of fucking nowhere, dude. I'm telling you guys, this is middle of nowhere Kansas shit. So I get out there and I get hooked up with these guys that were been surveying for a while, and they were trying to give me the skinny on what was up. And they said, listen, everybody out here is really cool. We're like-minded people, but there's two fucking class of douchebags that you want to stay away from, and those are welders and inspectors. And I said, well, what's wrong with those guys? And they said, listen, just avoid them. You'll thank us later. So I said, well, I was new. I didn't fucking know. They could have told me anything, and I'd have believed it. I was a little more gullible since I didn't know a goddamn thing about pipeline, and I certainly didn't know anything about surveying. So I was just in that mode of keep your mouth shut, your ears open, do what people tell you, and figure it out on your own as you are able to correlate some more facts about the way the pipeline works. So there was this real pretty girl that was working with us, and her and I hit it off right away as like a brotherly, sisterly thing. There was never any attraction between us. We were just really good friends. She had and still has a great soul, and was just one of those girls that's a hard worker but looked really good while she was doing it. And I tell you what, she had these dudes just fucked up like a football bat out there, man. It was so funny. Well, anyway, we had got through January and February and made it to March, and March was our big move from middle of nowhere Kansas down to Stillwater, Oklahoma. And let me tell you guys, that was Bright Lights big city. I mean, college town, lots of stuff to do. Hell, they had a Texas Roadhouse, and I didn't know what that was, but we heard so much about it, we were thankful to be there. So anyway, we hear she's dating this guy who's an inspector. And then to fucking make it double fucked up, we found out he was a welding inspector. So we're like, yeah, fuck that guy. We're going to kick his ass. So they came over one night. I was in bed, and she come in the room, gave me a big hug, said, hey, we're here. Don't worry about getting up. We're here now. We're all going to go out tomorrow night. Let's go out. You can meet John. I said, yeah, cool. So we got up the morning, and I remember my party chief, who was a hard ass, but he was a good dude. His name was Brandon, and I got a great story about John and Brandon. We'll get to too about his golf game. But oh man, we woke up and he said, "Hey, dude, I got to tell you." He goes, "This guy's pretty cool. Everyone's really wrong about this guy." And it's like, "Fuck that, dude. Nah, he's an inspector in a water. We're not gonna fucking have it, man. We're not gonna be friends." And he's like, "Yeah, what am I thinking? Fuck that guy." So sure as shit, it was probably a Saturday night, and we got the text message, "Come on out." Where were we, dude? Were we at Willie's?
That playing pool at that Garth Brooks old bar there.
Okay.
Get the name of it.
When you get down to the little college district, they got a little downtown down there. There's a bunch of bars, and one of them, everybody knows Garth Brooks. Well, that was the place he partied. So we went there. We walked in, and they were shooting pool. And of course, we shook hands, and dude, it couldn't have been more than 3 or 4 minutes. Everybody brought beers, and you had to piss, I had to piss. And we went to the bathroom, and I don't know what started up the conversation. Maybe we were both veterans or something.
You asked that dude next to you if you ever earned $20 a heart.
Which, judging by his candy ass, I imagine he did. But we started fucking talking shit, man. And if you guys have ever seen the movie Twins, when fucking Schwarzenegger and DeVito grab each other and bear hug each other and laughing and shooting the shit in the bathroom, and some guy walks in and DeVito looks, "Hey, he's my brother." So we come tumbling out of the goddamn bathroom, giggling like a bunch of fucking school kids on a fresh bag of meth. And man, I guess that was day one, week one, wasn't it?
That was the bro, man.
Holy shit, man! It was official from there. Send the roses and the chocolates and a warm-hearted letter. So we worked together on that project for I guess what did we finish, about May or June?
Yeah.
So
3 or 4 months, yeah.
Give or take, and then we got. Seems like we got a little layoff, and then we started up on Saddlehorn in January 2015. Remember that, the Magellan job?
I was there I got hired in August, and we kicked off. Well, we actually moved in September.
Okay, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking of when me and Brandon went up there to Goodland, Kansas, and we started the prelim. We did the prelim first, and then construction phase kicked off in September, October, wasn't it? Of the same year. What the hell? Hold on, folks. Are you there?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some dude.
Lost service there.
That's okay. We got you back. So I was just saying that I forgot that I was up there in Goodland, Kansas. Me and Brandon did the prelim, the 5 months of prelim, and then construction kicked off in August, September, October, right? Somewhere in there.
Right.
So, sure enough, I got assigned to a different job, and then when I finished that job, I got sent down to. In our line of work, you're assigned a certain amount of work in a linear footage breakdown. Is called a spread. So there was 6 spreads on that job, which was 400 or 500 miles from middle of nowhere, Colorado, down to Cushing, Oklahoma. And you were on spread 4, weren't you, up there in Kingsland?
Started at 4.
Kinsley, that's right.
Took over spread 5 at Christmas.
That's right. So just to let you guys know what I did for him, he had called me and said, "Hey, I'm coming down to your spread, but don't tell nobody." I said, "What the fuck's going on?" He goes, "Things just ain't right, and I got a chance to come down to chief." And when you're the chief, for you folks that don't know much about pipelining, you're the senior safety guy, the senior manager for inspectors. You're the guy that's calling the shot caller. So I said, "Yeah, no sweat." El Jefe, the muy grande mo frackie. So I was working with a good buddy of mine, a good buddy of ours, Austin. You guys have heard me talk about him. Missouri bushwhacking son bitch he is. And I said, "Hey, you ain't gonna believe this." I said, "Don't tell nobody." I said, "But fucking John's coming down here to chief." He said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, no shit." So we had some inspectors and some dudes that we liked. They were actually good dudes. And we told them, I said, "Hey, I'm going to give y'all a little heads up. I ain't supposed to say nothing. I said, but we're getting a new chief. And I've worked with this guy before. He's a big, black, I mean, just a mean mother scratcher. I said, he's been run off of how many jobs for punching people right in the face. I said, make sure your paperwork is right. Make sure shit is legit. And we're working with a guy named Jason from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Good Oklahoma dude. Had a big old red beard and just a good fucking, you remember him, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
And he started spreading the word. Hey, man, Jake said, Jake said, we got a fucking ball-busting chief coming down here. Everybody tighten up. And I remember, I kind of forgot that I said something. But I guess y'all had your first meeting and you walked in. And did you see him at the meeting or did you see him out afterwards?
Yeah, about 3 of them came up to me and said, "You're not black at all." What are you talking about?
Well, I laughed my ass off at that dude. I thought, my God, we got him. I'd forgot about it, but Jason Howell was his name. He come over and said, "You rap bastards, you got us." And I think that set a pretty good tone for the rest of the project. You got him whooped into shape over there. So
Yeah.
that was good stuff, and we worked together on that for
6 months.
yeah. I mean, hell, I was there till May. I went down to Spread 6 to help Josh Otwell. For the last month down there, they had all those dig ups. Remember down there? And then we had been, now just to back up a little bit, you actually moved in with us in Kansas. Remember that brief time you moved in, about the time I bought old Truck Norris?
That was after the next job. I'd gone to West Virginia and then come back.
Weren't you studying for your CWI back then?
Yeah, something like that. I forget what the case was. I left that project early.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that.
I needed to come get my bromines back.
Yeah, I was gonna say we had to reunite, man. We've been apart for too long, but
we hadn't cuddled in 6 or 7 months.
yeah, I know. I needed the big spoon, man. What the fuck was I gonna do? It's lonely on the pipeline. Lonely on the pipe. So yeah, you'd moved in, and then you'd moved out under auspicious circumstances, which I didn't realize. And then, like I said, we got back together again that summer when you come. Well, that fall when you came to Florida. Remember?
Yeah.
I was going through some tough times with my fiance, and I had some criminal stuff going on. I was all fucked up with just my ego and my drinking and my attitude, and I just thought I was better than everybody else, and it tore up and ruined my relationship with her. Well, you know, I was in trouble. I didn't have no money. I was a sad son of a bitch. Well, luckily John was there, and I moved in with him over on 17th Street. 17th. As you can see in the, a little in the tattoo there. And this was a little apartment over there in Okeechobee, Florida, my hometown. And we had some neighbors. Mullet. Mullet and his girlfriend. What was her fucking name? Ashley. Just two of the sweetest people. I mean, we must have drank enough Michelob Ultra to keep the lights on in St. Louis for I don't know how long, but we had got into some shit. And I remember at the time, there's a cable company down there called Xfinity. And I was, feeling sorry for myself and sitting at home drinking a 12-pack of beer, before lunch. And John would come in off work, and Mullet come over, and part of the commercial was the old DMX song, X Gonna Give It To You. So these guys would come in, and I'd be half drunk on some beer, and I'd be, X Gonna Give It To You. And they were like, what?
I don't have a clue what he's talking about.
You guys...
for 2 weeks before you explained it to us.
I think we're all sitting around watching TV, and the commercial finally come on, and they're like, is that what the hell that means? And I didn't realize that no one had seen the commercial. They just thought I'd finally lost my mind. But man, shit, that was funny. Well, of course it was already on its way to being lost, but I think they thought that was the final straw. But that was good shit, man. So anyway, I'd got some trouble, and man, I was stuck. And my fiance had a few people's phone numbers, and Jenny called you. Was it during the day or was it late at night? You remember?
About what? I don't remember.
About me needing to get a damn attorney.
Oh shoot, that was when that was before I got there.
Yeah.
About 9 o'clock at night, I was in Missouri on a bike ride in a metal building which I shouldn't have had signal in, and got a phone call from her with the fantastic news that the Okeechobee finest had locked you up for some bullshit.
Yeah, and, I was in the clink, man. I was in jail for sure.
And that's when we got started with all the fiasco, attorney, and getting everybody lined out who the hell they just messed with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And long story short, John, I'd had numerous what I thought were friends that either didn't even answer the phone or didn't return the call once they got the message. But John and another buddy of mine came through in the clutch, and like I said, I was looking at 85 or 90 years worth of felony gun charges because I pulled my pistol on some people. And it was my story versus theirs, and they believed theirs, and I was drunk and couldn't remember. So I mean, it was a real bad deal. But thank the Lord, we got out of it. But John come through and saved my ass and let me live with him. I didn't have any money. How long did I live with you without a goddamn dime? A couple months, 3 months. I mean, it was up into Georgia.
Yeah, we were there for 2 or 3 months, and then we went to Georgia for 5.
Albany, Georgia.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
yeah, it was Albany.
6-7 months.
Yep, and my unemployment had run out. I was battling this case, so I had to go back to Florida every month, and I couldn't get hired because no one wanted to fuck around with me missing a day of work to get to Florida and come back, and the uncertainty of the case. And it all worked out, thank the Lord. All the felonies went away, and I just had a little gay rub on the wrist, if you will, for the little misdemeanor that I got hooked up with.
Is eating $2 Taco Bells and $7 6-pack Bud Heavies.
Yeah, it was. The little bit of money that I had was I became pretty good at making a dollar last. So that was a real low point in my life, man. So I certainly know what it's like to struggle. If anyone that's watching this video says, "Oh, what does this guy know? He's a pipeliner, makes a lot of money." Hey, man, I fucked up a lot of times, and I've made a 6-pack of ramen noodles last a week. So I've been there, but those times are long gone.
Rock bottom.
Oh man, oof! I was digging up the rocks at the bottom. It was hardcore, but we got through that. I went out to fucking West Texas, remember? I got on that coil tubing unit. That was the hardest work I've ever done. Y'all know anything about coil tubing? It's you're basically getting oil wells ready for frack. Everything weighs 1,000 pounds. Everything can kill you. Everything sucks. You're on your feet 17 hours a day for 14 straight days on your hitch. 7 days, 7 nights, and you get 5 days off and you start over. Well, luckily I had a buddy of mine get a survey gig there in New Mexico, and worked there, and then you called. Hell, it was probably around November or December of 2017 when MPG needed that help. Remember?
Right.
So John again had come through. They had called him, said, "Hey, we want you back," because that's who you worked with in Georgia. He said, "I can't do that, guys, but I know the perfect dude for it." And sure enough, I sent him the resume. I did 2 phone interviews. John called him and said, "Hey, just stop wasting time. Hire the guy." Yeah, I got my name. I'm putting my neck on the line for the guy. So. Sure shit, they hired me, and I went down and I met the project manager and the superintendent, John Ryan, and then was it Jeff? Who was? Yeah, good dudes, man. Met all the foremen. I mean, I was like, this is it, man. This is where I deserve to be. I love it. And basically, what I was doing is I was a foreman for the quality assurance and quality control department. I was doing what they call map welding, and I was just recording all the pertinent info off the pipe and making sure everything was lining up like it's supposed to. And a guy was calling me. He says, "Hey, I'm Ken Lynn, and I'm actually going to be your supervisor." And we had some phone conversation. Seemed like a good dude. Well, he come down and right away, just you guys have had one before. Just the most pitiful micromanaging motherfucker. Forget about having any fucking I'm trying to think of the word, initiative. Screw that. Let's miss 3 hours of work to come sit here and listen for this hour meeting. And then, so anyway, we didn't get along well, and it'd been 3 or 4 months I was on the job, and Were you already moved in at that time? Did you come and move in with me in Odessa?
Yeah, that's the one we moved out. 2-bedroom.
Okay, that's right. Yep. So we got into a place in Odessa. He was weren't you in San Antonio and you come up, you had some shit to do?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we've reunited again. Here we are, 2018, right? Back in West Texas. By God, the old West Texas long arm was in full stroke, dude. So I'd got all drunkered up, and we were at a part in the project where I was actually east of Midland. And so I could just get up in the morning, drive to Midland to the job and get a head start. I was out at the right of way at dark 30, man. I mean, the sun wasn't even up and I'm out there recording information. Well, he wanted me to drive all the way out to Kermit, which was an hour and a half away from there, make my presence known at the 10-minute meeting, drive 2 hours back to fucking east of Midland and then go to work. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I sent him a text message, said, hey, dude, I'm heading toward the right of way now to get ahead of these guys, because it was toward the end of that little stretch there, and I had some more work to do where they were going to jump back and catch up to. And he fucking called me on the phone and called me just, hey, motherfucker, you got to be in the office every day, asshole. You don't just do what you want to do. Everybody's asking, where's Jake? What's Jake doing? And then he hung up on me. And I had been talked to like that, not even by a drill sergeant before. And I looked over at John, who, hell, you were just still trying to get ready for work. I said, that was fucking Ken Lynn cussing me out like a fucking a hooligan. And I stewed on it, and you remember what I did next?
Yeah, for about 6 minutes, that face went from just nice Caucasian tan to being fucking pissed off red. And then the fucking shit show began.
Yeah, you remember how that phone call went when I called him back?
Yeah, I don't know if we can say that on this kind of program.
Oh, fuck yeah, we can. Go ahead and let them know what come out of your boy's mouth there.
To the tune of calling him a queer, faggot, cocksucker, everything but a white man for about 3.5 minutes. And then he could get down on a glory hole and
I remember, I think I started the phone call because I'd have to send in a report every day. And I'd say, hey, did you get yesterday's report? Was how it started off. And he said, hold on a second, let me check. Yeah, I got it. And I said, good, you cocksuckers. That's the last fucking report you're ever going to get from me, you blah, 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 blah. So I told him what I thought and pissed away a $4,000 a week job that, God damn it, I'd had enough. And he called.
Yeah, but you had a $2,000 a week job waiting for you.
Well, yeah. So I mean, there's always plan B. So I wasn't on the streets sleeping, with homeless people. But I remember. Did he call you back? Did he call you?
No, I called him, and he was very curious and concerned if he never crossed paths with Jake Strong again, that Jake was not going to murder him in front of his family. So he probably won't murder you, but if you see him cross the street.
I'll tell you what, I guess he thought I was going to whoop his ass. But hey, that was just business, man. It wasn't personal. And, I went up to West Virginia and helped my buddy, Austin. And then, of course, John called. Said, hey, I need you to come down here to Conroe. We got a gig going on. That was June or July of this year. And we wrapped that up in December. So we've done some dumb stuff. And I mean, we've never been caught by the police for it or I mean, really hurt anybody by it. But, I guess that's just how you are when you're on a job site that's dangerous and stressful and complex and dynamic, and you're with other fucking hard-charging dudes who, are always ready to raise hell at the drop of a hat. And, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I love this line of work. That's for sure. But what you got going on at the ranch this weekend?
Oh, Dennis is coming out. Won't be here. Probably pick up some more cows and do some more fence work. So,
are you
ranch duties? Are
you looking at getting more of those? He'd sent me some pictures, and you got the Longhorn miniature. Is it?
Yeah, we've got the Longhorn Brahmas cross there. We've got many Brahmas and many Longhorns.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got some actual big cows that we bought from the sale that we're putting in the leaf pasture we got.
Good deal. And what was that? What was that breed? That shaggy looking bastard you sent me a picture of?
Oh, that's the Scottish Highlands that were. Yeah, those are hard to find. There's not too many around Texas, but we're in the market for those too.
Yeah. What a cool looking animal.
Miniature circus one here. We put on miniature rodeos here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't count on me on getting on one. I'll eat one in a heartbeat, but riding one ain't quite on my to-do list for 2019.
Yeah, but we're also in picking up some Wagyu. If you ever get a chance to eat Wagyu, we'll have it's the finest steak that's ever walked or eaten grass.
You don't have to twist my arm to eat a steak. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, it's you can literally cut it with a butter knife.
God bless. Okay. Yeah, well, put one aside for me. You can count me in on that. So, all right, man. Well, we're looking at coming up on 25, 26 minutes here. Thanks for setting some time aside, dude. I know we've been trying to do this and just give people a little background on the rowdiness that is our lives and just some of the shit that we've gotten into.
We just scratched the surface with this interview.
Oh, yeah. So we'll get a follow-up going on. We'll come up with some more stuff. I just don't remember because, hell, I was pissed drunk most of the time. But we've got some good shit that'll, you got that saying, beer just kills the dumb brain cells to make room for the smart ones.
Yeah, leave it. These are there for them. And we'll explain how you get smarter with alcohol.
Yeah, it kills off the dumb brain cells and only leaves room for the smart ones. I guess I've got a few of those left. I'm not going to count on having an actual count because it might be a little too scary to admit. But oh shit, man! All right, dude. Well, you say mom's coming in tonight or tomorrow?
Oh yeah, she'll be here in a little bit.
Okay, good man, good deal. Y'all gonna chill at the ranch? You gonna go downtown a little bit?
We're probably gonna start us a fire and see how much we can burn.
Hey, that's a good way to start any weekend, if you ask me.
We may start it on Main Street.
Hey, Main Street, Fredericksburg, burn it down. Lord have mercy.
It looks like to find another 17th Street.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's only one of those, ain't there? So. Next time we get on here, we'll talk about your birthday in the Keys on the powerboat run and maybe get into some golf stories. We've done some stuff on the golf course that you guys love to hear. So, all right, brother, I'm going to sign off.
Sounds good.
I love you, man. I'll talk to you again soon. All right, bye. Man, I tell you what, there's people in your life that you just never can be too thankful for. So I hope y'all enjoy this shot from the hip. We weren't following any real script. Maybe next time I'll script a little bit so we can focus on some more of the stories versus just the ridiculous fucking giggling and shit. But that's about all we do when we're together is laugh at each other and just God almighty, life itself. So I'll get this sumbitch uploaded and you guys be able to check it out. So, if you have any ideas for Q&A, I'm going to do a Q&A episode next week, kind of like what Instagram's been doing on the story. Ask me a question. I thought I might do it and put it on here. So you guys can DM me on the Instagram if you got any questions. And I'll do a video on that maybe Monday just as a refresher and let everybody know what's going on. So thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. This was a lot of fun. We'll talk to you again soon.